Hello everyone, I'm Priyanka Bisht from DPS Lamachor. Today in this session we'll be discussing about the elements of directing. As in the previous session we have discussed the meaning concept of directing and also its features and characteristics. So today we'll be proceeding with the details of elements of directing. So as we have discussed earlier, there are four elements of directing. First is supervision, second is motivation, third is communication, and fourth is leadership. So starting with the very first element, which is supervision. Now supervision here means it is the combination of two words, that is supervision, where super means over and above and vision means seeing. So supervision means seeing the activities of employees from over and above. In short, we can say that supervision means guiding, instructing, observing and motivating the employees while they are performing the job in the organization. Now here are some importance of supervision. First is supervisor maintains day-to-day contact and maintains friendly relations with the workers. We can say here supervisor act as a friend or a guide to the worker. Second is supervisor acts as a link between workers and management. So here supervisor conveys the management ideas to the workers and it also conveys the workers' problems to the management. So we can say that supervisor acts as a link between the management and the workers. Third is supervisors plays a key role in maintaining group unity among the workers placed under his control. So basically supervisors sorts out the internal differences between the workers and he also tries to bring or maintain the harmony among the workers. Next is supervisor ensures performance of work according to the targets set. So supervisors take the responsibility of target completion and also motivates the employee to work effectively and efficiently. Next is supervisor provides good on-the-job training to the workers and employees. So we can say the highly skilled supervisor or knowledgeable supervisor can build the efficient team of the workers. Next is supervisory leadership plays a key role in influencing the workers in the organization, as the supervisor with good leadership quality can build up the high morale among the workers. And the last is a good supervisor analyzes the work performed and gives the feedback to the workers as he suggests the ways and means to develop the work skills. Now, next element of directing is motivation. So, motivation can be defined as stimulating, inspiring, and inducing the employees to perform to their best capacity. So, motivation is basically a psychological term which means it cannot be forced on employees. It comes automatically from inside the employees as it is the willingness to do work. So we can say motivation is a process of making the subordinate to act in a desired manner to achieve the organizational goal. So here are some few interrelated terms in motivation. First is motive. Motive is an inner state or desire which energizes an individual to move or to behave towards the achievement of goal. Second is motivation. As we have discussed, it is a process of inducing people to perform to their best ability to accomplish the goal. It cannot be forced to anyone to do the work. It's just a willingness to do the work. Motivators here means motivators are the incentives or techniques used to motivate the people in an organization. Example of such incentive can be promotion or hike in a salary, reward, commission, etc. Now next is features, characteristics, or we can say nature of motivation. So first feature is motivation is a psychological phenomenon. As we know, motivation is an internal feeling which means it comes from inside the employees. It cannot be forced on employees. And the internal feelings can be need, desire or aspiration which influences the human behavior to behave in a particular manner. So this is so we can say motivation is a psychological phenomenon. Example is desire to have a new house, respect or recognition, etc. Next is Motivation produces goal-directed behavior. So motivation basically induces a person to behave in a desired manner to achieve the organizational objective. For example, we can say if an employee wants to get promotion, then he will work hard or he will work efficiently to get promoted. So this is an example of motivation, which is a goal-directed behavior. Next is motivators can be positive as well as negative. So to motivate the employees, there are various type of motivators used. They can be positive motivators or negative motivators. Positive motivators example is promotion, increment, bonus, hike in salary, etc. So with the positive motivator, the employee can work hard in a desired manner to achieve the organizational goal. So if the employee's performance is not improved with the positive motivators, then the manager can use the negative motivators such as demotion or warning, decrease in increments, etc. So sometimes the fear of negative motivator also induces the employee to work in a desired manner. So this is the example where motivator can be used positively or negatively. Next is motivation is a complex process. So motivation is completely a difficult and complex task. As we can see, to motivate the employees, the manager must understand the various types of human needs. Human needs can be mental feelings. For example, some employees get satisfied with the monetary incentive, some with non-monetary incentive. Some employees will be satisfied with the positive motivators, some with non-positive motivators, or we can call it as negative motivators. So it is difficult to make generalization in motivation. That is why motivation is a complex process. The last point is motivation is a dynamic and continuous process. So motivation is a continuous process. As we know, human beings are ever changing, their needs are unlimited and they go on changing continuously. The satisfaction of one needs give rise to the another. So we can say that the manager have to perform the motivation function continuously. So that is why motivation is a dynamic and continuous process. So by this we can conclude that motivation plays an important role for the success of any organization. For example, a motivated employees can result into high productivity, high profit and growth of organization. So in this session, we have learned about the two elements of directing, which is supervision and motivation. Now there is another theory of motivation also, which is known as Maslow theory of motivation. So we will discuss this topic in the next session. That's all for today. Thank you.